The psychology of a manipulator is both fascinating and deeply unsettling. It's a web of calculated moves, hidden motives, and subtle strategies designed to gain control over you. You might think manipulation is something that only happens to others, but the truth is, anyone can fall victim to it. It's not about intelligence or strength, it's about being caught off guard. Manipulators thrive in the gray areas of relationships, using emotions, words, and situations to twist reality, and the first step to protecting yourself is recognizing the signs, which often start in ways you don't even notice. Manipulation begins with charm. It's easy to trust someone who seems to understand you so deeply, who mirrors your feelings and appears to genuinely care. They'll flatter you. They'll make you feel like you're the most important person in the world. But this charm isn't genuine. It's calculated, designed to make you lower your guard. It's important to remember that someone who truly cares about you doesn't need to constantly prove it with exaggerated gestures or words. They show it through consistency, trust, and mutual respect. Once they've earned your trust, manipulators start testing boundaries. They'll make small requests, ones that seem harmless, maybe even thoughtful, but over time those requests grow, becoming demands cloaked in concern or necessity. For example, they might say things like, "I only ask because I care about you," or "If you really loved me, you'd do this for me." This kind of emotional coercion is one of their favorite tools, because it makes you feel guilty for saying no. They play on your empathy, knowing you don't want to hurt their feelings. Another hallmark of manipulation is the shifting of blame. No matter what happens, it's never their fault. In fact, they might even convince you that you're the one who caused the problem. They'll say things like, "You're too sensitive," or "You're overreacting." These statements are designed to make you doubt your perception of reality. Over time, you start second-guessing yourself, wondering if you're actually the problem. This is called gaslighting, and it's one of the most damaging tactics manipulators use, because it erodes your confidence and makes you dependent on their version of events. Manipulators are masters at exploiting your weaknesses. They observe you closely, learning your fears, insecurities, and desires. Then they use this knowledge to their advantage. For example, if they know you're afraid of being alone, they'll threaten to leave, not overtly, but subtly enough to make you cling to them out of fear. Or if they know you crave validation, they'll withhold it until you're desperate for their approval. This creates a cycle where you're constantly trying to earn their affection or avoid their disapproval. Another red flag is how they react to boundaries. A healthy relationship respects boundaries, but a manipulator sees them as obstacles to overcome. If you try to set limits, they'll either ignore them, argue against them, or make you feel selfish for having them. For example, you might say, "I need some space," and they'll respond with, "Why are you pushing me away? Don't you care about us?" This kind of response is designed to make you question your own needs and feel guilty for asserting them. One of the most confusing aspects of dealing with a manipulator is their inconsistency. One moment they're kind, loving, and attentive. The next, they're distant, critical, or even cruel. This unpredictability keeps you on edge, constantly trying to figure out how to get back to the good version of them. It's a deliberate tactic called intermittent reinforcement, and it's incredibly powerful because it makes you focus on the highs and ignore the lows. Recognizing these signs is the first step to protecting yourself, but it's not always easy to break free from a manipulator's grip. They create a dynamic where you feel responsible for their emotions, where you believe that if you just try harder, things will get better. But the truth is, their behavior isn't about you. It's about their need for control. If you suspect you're dealing with a manipulator, start by trusting your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Pay attention to patterns in their behavior. Do they often make you feel guilty, uncertain, or drained? Are your interactions more about what they want than what you need? These are important questions to ask yourself. Next, begin setting boundaries. It might feel uncomfortable at first, especially if they've conditioned you to prioritize their needs over your own. But boundaries are essential for your emotional well-being. Be clear and firm about what you will and won't accept, and don't let them guilt you into compromising your limits. Rebuilding your support system is also crucial. Manipulators often isolate their victims, making them feel like they have no one else to turn to. Reach out to trusted friends or family members. Share your experiences with them. Their perspective can help you see the situation more clearly and remind you that you're not alone. It's also important to seek professional help if you're struggling to cope. A therapist or counselor can provide you with tools to navigate the situation and rebuild your self-esteem. They can help you recognize the manipulator's tactics and develop strategies to protect yourself. Finally, remember that you deserve to be treated with respect and kindness. A healthy relationship is built on mutual trust, understanding, and support. It's not about control, guilt, or fear. If someone is making you feel small, uncertain, or unworthy, it's not love. And it's not something you have to endure. Breaking free from a manipulator takes courage, but it's a step toward reclaiming your power and living the life you deserve. Trust yourself, surround yourself with positive influences, and never forget your worth. You are stronger than you realize, and you have the ability to create a future free from manipulation. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share because you will learn tons of valuable information in the next video. Together, we'll continue uncovering the tools, strategies, and insights you need to thrive. See you in the next one.